impact on how Buddhism is understood in the modern world, and how the modern world understands itself. While first-wave Buddhism was clearly an Asian religion, third-wave Buddhism erases the boundary between religion and spirituality, faith and praxis, East and West. For most Buddhists today, practice has to do with how we live, how we train our minds and hearts, how we, in Ben's phrase, take care of our consciousness. Third-wave Buddhist teachers like Ben stand on the shoulders of their predecessors. They have a solid understanding of the traditional teachings, but they do not simply take them as is. They ask of them, what works? What can be useful and practical for the contemporary practitioner? They assume, as this book does, that the teachings are already ours, and that it is up to us to find out how to apply them. Vasubandhu's 30 Verses is a famous text, important for more than 1700 years. When I first looked at early attempts at translation and commentary, I was immensely impressed and intimidated. I could barely understand it. So I'm frankly amazed by Ben's daring and skill to undertake this project so successfully. He and his learned colleague, Weijun Teng, have made a new clear translation of the Sanskrit text, and Ben has provided a straightforward and eminently useful commentary. Yogacara thought is subtle and hard to fully appreciate, and yet, as the Buddha himself noted, we are all philosophers, full of dysfunctional ideas about reality. So it is in our best interests to examine these ideas and disabuse ourselves of the worst of them. In this book, Ben manages not only to explain Yogacara thinking, but to show how it fits into the edifice of Buddhism, and most importantly of all, demonstrate its relevance for the contemporary practitioner who is concerned to be mindful and humane in her living. How, I wonder, can Ben accomplish such a difficult task? Maybe it's because he's a musician. As a person who likes to read philosophical texts, I've noticed that there is music to meaning. When you begin to hear the song behind the words become clear. This, it seems to me, is the magic that Ben has wrought in his books. He's heard Vasubandhu's song and has sung it for us in our own idiom and situation. I feel very fortunate to be around for this new wave of Buddhism, to be able to learn and benefit from it. And I'm grateful for this book, and for the friendship of its marvelous author. Introduction. Thank you for joining me in this opportunity to engage with the Way, to engage with an opportunity available in each moment to offer our attention and effort to peace, wellness, and harmony. I'm writing this so that we can bring some old and beautiful wisdom to life, so that together we can celebrate and take up the most concise and practical text of one of the most revered and influential figures in Buddhist history. Vasubandhu showed his compassion and appreciation for us through a lifetime of devotion to the path of freedom and well-being for all. And we have this chance to give this love and appreciation right back with our own investigation and practice. Yogacara teachings may seem hard to understand at first, but by being with them together, we can see that they show a comprehensive and powerful model for how to devote our lives to universal well-being. In this book, I'll spend a minimum of time digging into the many and fascinating philosophical implications of Vasubandhu's Yogacara. Instead, I'll devote my energy to showing how it can provide a template for compassionate engagement with what is here right now. Together, we can be empowered by these teachings to dive joyfully and kindly into life. Who was Vasubandhu? We don't know much about Vasubandhu, but there are some aspects of his story that are widely circulated and probably have some relation to the actual events. The records we have date Vasubandhu's life to the 4th century. He was born to a Brahmin family in India and became one of the most revered teachers of Abhidharma, which